Hey, how's it going guys? Jack and Matt here with the Toaster Bros, and today we're going to tell you why we got our butts kicked in the LTT collaboration.
This video is going to be kind of a recap of the LTT Tech Support Challenge that we were a part of and we lost at, and we want to kind of talk about what we did wrong, what we learned from this experience, and also talk about how you can win this gaming PC, kinda. But before we get into that, let's hear a word from today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by FSP and their Hydro PTM Pro power supply.
So first off, this power supply is 80 plus platinum certified, 10-year warranty. It also comes with Japanese electrolytic capacitors so that you know you're getting the highest quality. And you can't forget that it has an eco switch, which means when the load is 30% or more, the fan kicks on, and any less than that, you get zero noise. It has a conformal coating, which means humidity, stains, dust, everything it is resistant to. It's tested to work for up to 95% humidity.
FSP is also hosting a giveaway on their website, link in the description down below, where they'll be picking 5 winners daily for $10 Steam gift cards, and every week they're gonna be giving away 1 to 2 big prizes like PC cases.
So big thanks again to FSP for sponsoring today's video. How about we get right into it? So to start off, we were super excited, and we still are just so excited that we got to do this, and also just huge congratulations to Christopher Yee for winning this. You know, words can't describe how happy we are for you, and also for us, because it was a win-win, honestly. Like, it was cool regardless, even though we lost.
Sad face. But basically what we're gonna do in this video is talk about where we went wrong, some of the issues we came across, the things we did miss, and kind of just give you all a behind the scenes on what was going on in our heads while doing this challenge, because from a viewer's point of view, there's probably some obvious things that you knew were wrong that we missed, and we kind of want to go over why we missed them and how in the future we'll make sure we don't miss stuff like that when we're working on other computers.
So to start off, one of the very first things we did, because I just had a feeling, was the I/O was not plugged in. It was actually, I think the reset switch was plugged in as the power button. And Linus and Dimitri both did not know we did that, and they were both just clowning us the whole time, like, wow, they haven't done the front I/O yet. That was like the first thing we did. So the power button is still plugged in and still does work. Our BIOS just kept resetting, so it looked like it was still doing the reset switch.
Another thing that we did very first off the bat was replace the thermal paste because it was very lackluster. Now we did have some issues when we were trying to reapply the cooler that actually that thermal paste application, because we took it off again because we thought for some reason the CPU might not be compatible. That's why it wasn't posting. So that was our mindset by taking the cooler off again. That was the big trend here. We were taking the cooler off again, taking the fans off again, which Jax will talk about later. But we were doing things a lot over and over again because we kind of were going back and forth on some ideas we had. But the thermal paste application, even when we did reapply it, wasn't great because we ended up cleaning off the cooler, and I had in the back of my head, okay, we're gonna have to go back to this later. But because we were having a lot of other issues down the line, we never went back to it. So that's kind of why our blender run didn't get the temperatures we wanted. The thermal paste application was not great, but you know.
Yeah, and also likely the reason why the other benchmarks might have not gotten the scores that we needed was because that CPU could not boost like it wanted to because it was getting hot, and Blender I think got up to like 70 something degrees Celsius, which is not overheating but does not allow that i7 to truly boost like it needed to.
And the one thing that we missed that took forever, and I know Christopher Yee was dealing with the same issues, was the cables. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and make excuses, but if we're being totally honest here, we do not work with custom cables that much. Anything like this, we normally work with like extensions, so we don't normally think about those cables being defective. But after a lot of tech tips from Linus himself, we eventually realized that they did splice the cables and, well, made it so the system wouldn't post. So that ended up fixing that issue.
Are you replacing all the cables?
I don't think we're gonna replace all the cables unless we need to. But you know what they say, do the bare minimum. That's something that they say.
I'm pretty sure someone says that.
Another thing to keep in mind with Matt talking about the cable mod cables is we have never worked in a case like this. We don't do a lot of high-end builds. You guys know that. You guys love us for our super cheap budget builds. Well, it really sucks when it comes to stuff like this, because when you hand us like a $3,000 build, we're just like, especially when it has this much stuff in it, which I'm sure Christopher probably had the same exact thought, like, oh my God, this is a lot of stuff. So I know Dimitri and Linus were kind of talking from a reviewer's point of perspective. You gotta remember, we don't review things. We literally just build in them. So when it comes to a lot of like the really small aesthetic things like RGB and stuff, we just really don't know a lot about a lot of it.
One thing that we were having issues with, I don't know if it was spread across on the stream very well, but we were having issues with the Ethernet port. Now, there was issues with the internet where Linus purposely disabled something in the BIOS, and we went through and fixed it.
Well, he did recognize that his LAN was disconnected, right? His no connection, so he's probably in the BIOS trying to find it. But I mean, if you don't know exactly where it is in like an ASUS BIOS, you just go one by one trying to figure out which setting it would be in.
But we were having issues where the internet would be on for a little bit, then totally disconnect. And Linus said on stream that there was nothing other than the thing he did in the BIOS changed, and well, we couldn't do a CMOS reset because that's part of the rules. So we were trying to figure out how to do some of the benchmarks, which some of them required an internet connection like Blender, which if we figured out that quickly, we could have actually ran the Blender benchmark and realized, oh, we have time to change the thermal paste, and we probably could have got points for that. Just kind of an unfortunate thing that happened during the stream. After the stream, we did test it, and for some reason, well, with all our other systems, it works fine. So we don't know if it is something with the setting on this motherboard that we're gonna have to reset and see if that fixes it. But kind of an unfortunate thing that did contribute to us being a little bit behind.
Another thing that we were called out for many times was taking out the fans in the bottom.
And now we're trying to see what we want to do for unscrewing this fan from here so we can change the fan orientation on this case.
Okay, why do you want to change the fan orientation exactly? I thought we did a great job with the fan orientation.
It feels wrong.
Oh yeah, it's really good, but I think I can do something slightly better. That's in. You want to try getting the fans plugged in?
Yep.
They're back. Oh no, you were almost done with the fans.
No, don't say the fans. I wasn't touching the fans.
No. I mean, yeah, no, this is totally not the fans that you guys are finally working on, and it's not the fans.
We're not back to the fans, I promise.
Okay, all right.
We never just took them out for fun, okay? We took them out every single time because we would find something else that wasn't plugged in, as in USB or HD audio, or just the many other connectors, and those fans completely blocked it. You could not get to those connectors without taking at least one fan out. So we took the middle fan out probably about 5 times, no joke. Yeah, that was painful because every time we did it, Linus would, like, we'd know he'd come back into the Discord and we'd hear it and we're like, oh God, he's gonna see us taking out the fan. And I think at one point, Dimitri, he said, what are you guys doing? Why are you taking it out? I said, I need to plug in the USB. And he goes, oh, the fans aren't USB. And I'm like, I'm not that dumb. Like, we're dumb, but we're not that dumb. So yeah, that was the whole confusion for that. We were just trying to plug in all the crap that was laying in the back of this case.
But really, overall, it was an interesting experience. I've never been more stressed in my life trying to fix a computer. It was a very weird experience. Being on camera and trying to figure that stuff out, especially when you have a little Linus in your ear just like talking and jumping in and out. It's definitely very difficult, but I do feel like it was a good experience. I've learned a lot by just checking like custom cables like this. Whenever we do higher end builds, if we ever do something like this, we'll have that in mind. And just generally just making sure that you don't go with an RGB setup like this because it's absolutely atrocious. I know that was the point of it, but using multiple brands is definitely a no-no, and I would definitely, well, we're actually going to talk about that in a second, how we're going to fix this PC so you can actually win it is going with one single solution that we think works better.
So this PC is basically going to come exactly how it was in the whole video, but we're fixing some things on it and also changing one thing out. We are not giving away the 3080 with it because Papa Linus sent it to us and we need it because they're so hard to get and we could use it in builds. So we're adding a 5700 XT to it from PowerColor. Still a great card. And this system overall is still going to be like a couple $1,000 system. It's still gonna be really good. And we're basically going to add a 6-pack of RGB fans that are from up here. Cheaper solution, cheaper fans. However, so simple. They plug into one hub. I just took out 5 hubs of this thing. So one hub, all 6 fans go to the same one. They're all controlled by the hub. You get a simple remote, and with that remote, you can control the color, the speed, everything.
Yeah, it's not gonna be as elegant as something like Corsair fans where you can do like ARGB control and everything, but for the purpose of making this a really clean build, and that's what we like to do, we went with the cheaper solution, and I think it's gonna turn out looking really good. You can see on screen right now the finished result because we're filming this as we're waiting for the RGB fans to show up. So you'll see some B-roll of the final product of what you can win when you enter the giveaway, which links in the description down below. It is a Gleam giveaway, just letting you all know, US only. There's a bunch of different things you can enter. It is kind of a way to promote our new business as well, PCBros.tech, which is where we sell custom PCs to people. You need to sign up for the newsletter. You need to go follow us on Twitter. You need to go to our Instagram. They're all things that we're gonna go check and make sure that you guys did to enter the giveaway, but this is kind of a way for us to give back to the community and also help us out along the way.
So the giveaway is going to be starting December 16th, which is basically the day that this video is uploaded. And just once it's uploaded, you'll be able to grab the link and that's when you can enter. It's going to end January 1st, 2021, so basically New Year's Day. So with that, it's going to end at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Matt and I are going to be streaming over in the other room on twitch.tv/ToastyBros, so make sure you're followed there. And we'll actually be announcing the winner live. Now, you don't have to be there to win the PC. We're just going to email the actual winner, and then within like probably 24 hours, we have got to know if you're in the US, we need your address, name, phone number, and all that. If you're not in the US, shame on you, first of all, for entering, and also we will redraw. So please just don't enter if you're not in the US or can't give us a US address.
So overall, the Linus Tech Tip tech support experience was, well, one that we're never gonna forget. It was a great time. It definitely was stressful, but it was meant to be that. It was meant to be entertaining, and I think it made for a very awesome live stream. We really do thank Linus Tech Tips and his team for inviting us over. It was an awesome experience, and congrats again to Christopher Yee. You outwon us this time. Outwon us, you won this time. But yeah, we'll definitely get better next time.
We got you next time. So we hope you guys enjoyed today's little recap and everything. If you want to see some more future content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also check out our other 2 YouTube channels, and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros. So backwards.
I was ready to go.
Yeah, but yeah.
That's about it. See you guys later. Goodbye. Woo!
That was weird. I did it so backwards.